Hello everyone, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you have been guided to watch this reading, I'll be taking a look at ultimately what went wrong between you and your person initially. So this is coming through for those of you who are going through some sort of challenge in your partnership or you are in separation. For the second part of this reading, I'll be taking a look at the energy on whether or not it could be fixed. Can things be rectified between the two of you? Is there the possibility of reconciliations for those of you who would want that? All right, so that's what I'll be taking a look at. It is general advice as always. Please keep that in mind throughout the reading and only take the parts of it that do resonate for you. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into it and see what comes through for you. Hi there, fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Taking a look at the challenging parts of the connection and what happened here. All right. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What do we need to know here? What went wrong? Right off the bat, two cards. We have invading. Okay, invading someone's privacy maybe. Crossed boundaries, crossed lines is what I get from that. We have something uncomfortable that occurred, that happened between the two of you. This can sometimes be, what am I getting here? Like an ex-partner who can't seem to accept the fact that you guys are broken up, or maybe that you've already moved on to somebody else. Or you don't even have to have moved on to somebody else. Maybe you just decided to cut them out because of something that happened. I'm just kind of picking up here that they're invading your space, invading your privacy. There could have been conversations here between the two of you when this happened. You know, maybe you just needed space, or somebody needed space here, and maybe the other person decided to reach out, and it was a conversation that either one of you wasn't ready for maybe. All right, let's see what else we can find out from the Shadows and Secrets deck here. For fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Taking a look at some obstacles that got in the way for you and this person. All right, we've got some trust issues popping up here, guys. All right, take that, you know, if it makes sense. Past love trauma, victim of infidelity, unreasonably suspicious, blows up your phone throughout the day and night, questions your every move. You guys could have also had these uncomfortable conversations if they were accusing you of doing something that you didn't do. You know, so maybe that ended up being really annoying after a while. It's like, look, I haven't done anything. You can't be blowing up my phone. You don't have to know where I'm at every second of the day. It was just, as it says, uncomfortable. It didn't feel nice to be in this relationship with this person after a while. All right, let's grab another. What went wrong for fire signs? We've got two cards coming through here. Okay, so we've got the gossiper is one of them. So it says where, when, what. Isn't that interesting how the trust issues is referencing somebody that just needs to know where you're at every second of the day. But it also says dishes out the dirt on anyone and everyone, creates and spreads false rumors about their ex. When a relationship turns sour, can't keep a secret. Okay, so, you know, they could have talked a lot about their ex, and maybe that just didn't agree with you. You know, it's like, I don't want to hear about your ex and whatever happened there, you know, whatever drama might have happened between the two of you. But maybe after a while, you also might have found that they were falsifying the truth, you know? So let's see. We also have the fighter presenting itself here. Likes to start arguments, never backs down, even when they are at fault. Could have been an abusive partner here, unfair, fights dirty. They could be a sore loser, melodramatic. Okay, so if any of these make sense for you and the person that you are thinking about for this reading, it seems that there is a lot of challenges and drama that happened throughout the course of your relationship. There could have been lots of disagreements and arguments. Maybe, you know, when you guys were having conversations and it would end up getting really heated, maybe they just fought dirty, you know, just low blows, things of that nature. All right, so that's the opening message. Let's go ahead and see with some tarot what we can find out. I will be pulling from my Modern Day Seers Tarot and Oracle. For those of you who are new to my channel and you're not familiar with this deck, it's just like any other tarot deck, but I've also included Oracle messages and additional court cards here. All right, so let's see what we can find out. So you guys could have had lots of disagreements and arguments here. They fight dirty. You guys could have actually broken up during one of those arguments and disagreements. And now here they are invading your space, wanting to know what you're up to, who you're seeing, where you're at, what are you doing? Okay, let's see for fire signs. We have the Ten of Cups. Some of you guys could have been in a relationship for a while with this person. Some of you guys could have been married. You guys could have talked about marriage. You guys could have had maybe a child or children together. At one point in time, you guys were good. You know, everything seemed to be going well. Maybe you even felt mutually that you guys were soulmates, that you were really meant and destined to connect in this lifetime. For some of you, part of this gossip might have had something to do maybe with infidelity or something that was scandalous that people were talking about between the two of you, and it just got out there. People were just really talking about it, maybe behind your backs. I'm also getting that when you guys would argue and maybe you weren't talking to them, they would turn around and talk to other people about you. I'm getting that for some of you guys. We've got the Five of Pentacles. So what I can tell you when it comes to this person, fire signs, is I feel they think about you. Maybe they were expecting life to be less challenging or a lot easier when you guys broke up, but I feel it's a total opposite. They're struggling through the breakup. They're really not liking their life, where it's at right now, especially since you're not a part of it. I feel they still love you. We do have the Two of Cups here. You know, you guys could have even talked about getting married, or you lived together and practically felt like you guys were married without the actual marriage ceremony, you know, but ultimately you guys were very compatible at one point in time. So they're struggling a little bit. I feel this person wants you back, you know. For those of you who had a family, it not only broke you guys up, but it broke up the family dynamic as well. There really was this need for you guys to work together in the relationship, and that could have been lacking. You guys could have had a beautiful wedding as well. For those of you who were married, you know, it was the talk of the town. Everybody was talking about it. And then maybe when you guys broke up, could have been a divorce, could have been a legal separation, you know, and that's when people started talking as well. It's like, oh, wow, I'm shocked they're broken up. I never thought that that would happen, etc., etc. We do have the Five of Cups. What I can tell you about this individual is whatever happened between the two of you, what went wrong between the two of you, they wish they could go back in time to undo it, because they truly are feeling lost without you. They're grieving the loss of you. They're having a hard time is what I'm getting. All right, we've got the Saber of Air coming through here. Some of you guys could be thinking of an air sign, so Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Time to clean house. Cut toxicity out of your life. Bad relationships, whether romantic in nature, Friendships or unhealthy family connections need to be addressed, released, and cleansed out of your life. Don't hold on to the past or heavy baggage you've been carrying. Throw it out like yesterday's trash. Time to move on and bring in some fresh air. And that could be the stance that you took. Maybe you decided, you know what? Things are just too challenging at this point in time, and I'm gonna choose me. You know, I'm gonna move on, and I'm just gonna focus on the journey that I was meant to travel without you. You know, so you could have decided to go a different path here, fire signs, and there's somebody here that clearly is struggling because you guys are not together. We also have Archangel Raphael coming through. I am the angel that heals all wounds. Are you nursing a broken heart? That could apply to the person that you're thinking about, but I feel when you guys broke up, maybe it hurt you as well. And it does say, I am here to assist on your healing journey. Let me remove the emotional baggage you've been carrying to lighten the burden from past relationships that are weighing you down. Let me help you heal your heart, your mind, your soul, your body. I'm here to aid in restoring your self-confidence, a healthy self-image, and to bring peace back in your life. That could apply to both of you. But if you're listening to this, fire signs, and you know, knowing that you've already gotten the toxic relationship out of your life, I feel there's somebody here who's struggling to accept that you've moved on, or you're in the process of moving on, because there really is this need to focus on the self at this point, you know, to be able to heal whatever those wounds represent. You know, you both perhaps have your own wounds to focus on. And it's interesting that we've got the Ace of Cups right next to Archangel Raphael, because this can focus on self-love as well as finding perhaps new love. It's like closing one door and preparing to open the next chapter. That could include a new love connection for some of you that have already moved on from this person perhaps. But if not, it could also be an indication that there is a new beginning for those of you who want it. You know, but I feel that it certainly is going to require healing on their part as well as yours. Whatever is challenging the connection, whatever went wrong, I feel you guys have to be able to be content with being able to meet each other halfway and to be able to fully focus on the issues, whatever that might be, and tackle it. And if you guys can forgive each other and to be able to move on, perhaps be able to move on together for those that want that. But I'm also getting there are those of you who just want to move on your own, whether you are single or already with somebody else at this point. Maybe you're listening to this and you know what went wrong. Maybe this relates to what happened and you're just kind of taking a look to see, where is this person right now? Well, this person is struggling. This person is struggling to accept the fact that you guys are broken up and that perhaps you are the one that truly, you know, got away. All right, so that's what I'm getting there. Let's go ahead and focus on whether or not it can be fixed for those of you who want to fix it, you know? All right, let's see. Angels and spirit guides, please, for fire signs Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Is there the possibility of working this out? For fire signs, what is that energy looking like? All right, guys, we've got friendship, bond, equal, platonic. So maybe, for now, you guys might reconnect or open up the conversation and decide, you know what, we've been through so much, let's just reconnect as friends for now. But take a look at this next card here, guys. And again, this is for those of you who want to fix things, okay? We have reignite, fix, hope, back together again. So starting slow, starting off as friends, treading ever so lightly toward reconnecting as lovers here. Wow. Okay, what else? Can it be fixed? I feel for those of you who want it, it clearly is indicating that it's possible. I really like this. We have relax. It's the calm after the storm. Go with the flow of where this could ultimately end up, you know. So if you're open to that, if this person is open to that, I feel you will get the opportunity to have that conversation, you know. So it seems like it's heading towards a positive direction. And then we have opposites attract, for those of you that already know that maybe you guys truly were opposites, but very attracted to one another. We have desire. You guys are very compatible. You know, this person is the yin to your yang. So it does look like ultimately you guys are still magnetically pulled. Okay, whether you feel this person is your soulmate or your twin. No relationship is perfect. Everybody's got their ups and downs, and maybe the time apart has proven to be more of a blessing rather than a curse, you know, giving you guys the time to address your issues, to be able to focus on yourselves, to be able to focus on whatever way you need to heal from this situation. And when the time is right, giving you guys the opportunity to start again, to have a second chance. All right, so let me go ahead and grab some words here from this individual that's coming through here for you. Fire signs, all right. What do they want to say to you? So it might be a good idea to just start off as friends first. And eventually decide to get back together. All right. Look at this. It's really confirmation of what we've seen already. I don't want to be with anyone else. Will you give me another chance to love you? And you're the only one that can answer that question. They definitely want you back. No question. No question. What else? I hear our song and it brings me to tears. Maybe for some of you that makes sense. There could be a particular song that you dedicated to each other, or a song that just reminds them of you, or, you know, it could be the other way around. I miss you so much. Maybe you miss them too, and that's why you're here listening to this reading, you know? And it does seem that there is the possibility of reigniting this connection and bringing it back. They certainly are communicating in this reading that that's what they want. All right, let's clarify with tarot here to wrap it up. For fire signs, Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Okay, guys, look at this. We've got the Lover's card. For some of you, maybe your person is a Gemini. All right, we do have the soulmate reference there. And Lover's card definitely represents the compatibility, the deep love, the attraction, the chemistry. Occasionally, it can pick up off of some drama that ensued having to do with other people, whether there was third party, and that could have been what people were talking about that created the trust issues. But we are focusing on what can fix things here. And I feel it comes down to the choices that you guys had made. Certainly, maybe this person made some poor choices. So life will find a way to give you guys the opportunity to choose each other again, I feel. Let's see what else. We've got the Fool. All right. Your person still believes that you guys belong together, and more than likely, especially for my feminines, I feel you might have a masculine here who might reach out to you, whether that's a phone call or a text. Could even happen on social media. For some of you guys, maybe this person just surprises you and shows up at your door. You know, this is somebody who wants to get the conversation started towards a reunion. This is how they see you, and this is the experience that they want to have with you. You know, they want this beautiful outcome to this love story. We've already seen it before, you know, and some of you guys, again, could have already been married. Maybe, you know, one of you could have been a masculine, maybe that moved out and you guys are just contemplating the direction that this relationship is going to go. I feel there's the possibility of a reunion, whether you guys are married or not. I feel that's what this person wants, you know. What else for fire signs? It's off on the horizon, guys. You know, this is the energy definitely looking towards what the future can represent. And, you know, it might not be something that will happen tomorrow or this week or even this month, but there's progress perhaps that's being made here. So something to look forward to here. Whoever this is, they have gone through this awakening. They really have had the time to figure things out on their own, and this was the only way that they were going to learn particular lessons, was to be on their own, away from you. And this is somebody I truly feel who wants to be able to get the conversation started, to be able to talk to you, to tell you they still want you back, they miss you, all of the things that we've already seen through the cards here. And they really don't want anyone else. They just want you. And it really depends on what you want. Do you still want them? You know, this is somebody who wants you back. And they're going to try their best to prove to you that they're maybe a changed person. Their commitment level is on point. They want a fresh start. You know, maybe they've also done very well for themselves, maybe in their work environment. Maybe they have improved their finances. That could have been what you guys were fighting about as well, you know. But there's an overall renewed commitment here from this person. That's what I'm seeing. Whatever the issues were that created drama or maybe even tower moments, they have had that epiphany. You know, it's like, this is what I need to do in order to be with my person, in order to be the best partner that I can be. So it's like finally getting the clarity that they need to be able to propel their life in the right direction. And part of that path is them heading back in your direction. That's what I'm getting here. Yep. So balance will eventually be restored, I feel. The Temperance card represents Sagittarius, so this could be a very significant message for Sagittarius, but of course it can apply to Leo and Aries as well. Balance will eventually come between the two of you. It just takes time, which is why the Temperance card is all about patience, you know. But I do see a reconciliation for some of you guys that could happen maybe latter half of the year. It could be during Sagittarius season, guys. It could be November or December here. And I love that we've got the Chariot. Some of you could be thinking of Cancer here. So if things just seem to be stagnant, if there is no contact, no communication between you and this person, I feel there could be progress that's happening that might not be as apparent as it needs to be right now. It could be slow moving, but I feel it is worth the wait. The Chariot represents the ability to overcome those challenges, whatever they are for your situation, and to be able to triumph through this new beginning that could be coming in for you and this person. You know, but that doesn't mean put your life on hold waiting for things to happen. It means to continue doing your thing, you know, focusing on you, being able to live the life that you are meant to live at this point in time. You're not meant to put your life on hold waiting for this to happen. So when it presents itself, you'll be ready because you focused on you. You focused on being able to fill your cup in the meantime. All right, guys, so I hope that this offered you some guidance that is helpful for you at this time. If you are interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. I will link all of the decks you see here as well. Thank you so very much, and I will catch you guys in the next reading. Take care.